Hey there, Marvel enthusiasts. Ever wondered what would happen if the X-Men found themselves in the middle of a zombie apocalypse? Today, we're diving into the thrilling and terrifying world of the Marvel Zombie Universe to explore how the X-Men might survive such a scenario. The Marvel Zombie Universe turns our beloved heroes into flesh-eating zombies. It's a dark twist on the Marvel world that flips everything we know on its head. But the X-Men are no strangers to adversity. With their incredible powers and unbreakable bonds, they've faced some of the toughest challenges the universe has to offer. So, could they withstand a world overrun by the undead? Let's break down their chances, strategies, and the obstacles they'd face in surviving this ultimate test. First things first, let's get a grip on what the Marvel Zombie Universe is all about. This alternate reality, designated as Earth 2149, kicks off when an otherworldly virus infects Earth's superheroes, turning them into ravenous zombies with an insatiable hunger for human flesh. But get this, they retain their powers, intellect, and even personality quirks, making them even more dangerous. Unlike the typical shambling undead, these superhero zombies can fly, use magic, and plot strategies. The virus spreads rapidly as heroes and villains alike succumb, leading to a collapse of society as we know it. The Marvel Zombie Universe is starkly different from the main continuity. We're talking about a world where hope is scarce, and the lines between heroism and monstrosity are blurred beyond recognition. The impact on the Marvel Universe is catastrophic. Iconic figures like Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the Hulk become part of the undead horde, using their powers not to save the day, but to feed their relentless hunger. It's survival of the fittest, and only a few uninfected heroes remain to fight back or simply stay alive. In this grim setting, the stage is set for our favorite mutants, the X-Men, to navigate an apocalypse unlike any they've faced before. Now, let's talk about what makes the X-Men stand out in this dire situation. They're a diverse team of mutants, each with unique abilities that could be game changers in a zombie-infested world. Wolverine, with his adamantium claws and remarkable healing factor, is practically built for close-quarters combat and could resist infection. Then there's Storm, who can control the weather. Imagine summoning lightning storms or blizzards to fend off hordes of zombies. Telepathic mutants like Professor X and Jean Grey can detect approaching dangers and perhaps even influence the minds of infected beings to some extent. Nightcrawler's teleportation abilities allow for quick escapes and strategic positioning, while Colossus's organic steel form provides near invulnerability. Aside from individual powers, the X-Men have access to incredible resources. The Xavier Institute isn't just a school, it's a fortress equipped with advanced technology. Cerebro, for instance, allows telepaths to locate mutants worldwide, which could be invaluable for finding survivors and avoiding large concentrations of zombies. Let's not forget their aircraft, like the Blackbird jet, which offers transportation and aerial surveillance. And with genius-level intellects like Beast and Forge on the team, they could develop new technologies or find a cure for the virus. The X-Men's combination of powers and resources gives them a significant edge in surviving the Marvel Zombie Universe. Surviving a zombie apocalypse isn't just about having powers, it's about using them smartly. Let's delve into how the X-Men might strategize to stay alive and protect others. Telepathic mutants like Professor X and Jean Grey are invaluable assets. They can scan for thoughts, detecting both survivors and approaching zombie threats from miles away. This early warning system allows the team to avoid ambushes and plan their moves carefully. Moreover, their telekinetic abilities can create barriers to hold back hordes or move objects to clear paths and construct defenses. Jean Grey could levitate the team over dangerous areas, or lift heavy debris to create makeshift barricades. It's like having a Swiss Army knife of powers at their disposal. When it comes to defense, mutants like Colossus and Armor bring heavy-duty protection. Colossus's metal skin makes him nearly impervious to bites and scratches, the primary means of infection. Armor can generate a psionic exoskeleton that shields her from harm. Wolverine and X-23, with their healing factors, could be on the front lines, taking on zombies without the same level of risk. Even if they get injured, they could recover rapidly, possibly even purging infections before they take hold. This resilience allows them to tackle threats head-on, while others provide support. One of the X-Men's greatest strengths is their teamwork. They've trained extensively to operate cohesively, coordinating their powers for maximum effect. In a world where one wrong move could be fatal, this synchronization is crucial. They could run coordinated missions to secure resources, rescue survivors, and gather intelligence. With Cyclops' leadership and strategic skills, the team can execute complex plans efficiently. Communication is key, and with telepaths on the team, they can maintain constant, silent communication to stay one step ahead of danger. By combining their abilities, they could set traps for zombie hordes, fortify safe zones, and create supply lines. Their unity and mutual trust ensure they function as a well-oiled machine, a critical factor in surviving the chaos of the Marvel zombie universe. Of course, survival isn't guaranteed. They'd face numerous challenges that would test their limits. A major threat is zombified mutants. Imagine facing former allies like a zombie Magneto or rogue mutants turned into the undead. These aren't ordinary zombies. They have mutant powers too. The emotional toll of confronting and possibly having to eliminate their friends and colleagues would be immense. It could lead to hesitation in critical moments, putting the team at risk. Plus, battling a zombie with powers requires new tactics. You can't approach an infected pyrokinetic the same way you would a standard zombie. The X-Men would need to adapt quickly, finding ways to neutralize these threats without becoming overwhelmed or succumbing to despair. In an apocalyptic world, resources are scarce. The X-Men may have a technological edge, but sustaining their equipment requires power sources and maintenance materials that might not be readily available. Food, medicine, and safe shelter become daily concerns. They'd have to establish sustainable practices like growing their own food or finding alternative energy sources. Scavenging runs would be dangerous but necessary, requiring careful planning and execution. The risk of attracting zombie hordes or running into hostile survivors is ever present during these missions. Survival might also force the X-Men to confront difficult ethical choices. Do they risk their lives to save strangers or focus on protecting their own? What happens when they encounter infected but not fully turned individuals? These moral quandaries could cause tension within the team. Some members might advocate for caution, while others insist on upholding their principles of protecting all lives. Balancing their values with the harsh realities of the new world would be an ongoing struggle. Such challenges could either strengthen their resolve or create rifts that jeopardize their unity, a critical factor in their overall survival. In this dire landscape, the X-Men might find unlikely allies or face new enemies. They could team up with other surviving heroes like the Avengers or even anti-heroes like Deadpool, pooling resources and skills. Together, they stand a better chance against the overwhelming odds. Allies like Doctor Strange could offer magical assistance, or remnants of S.H.I.E.L.D. might provide logistical support. They might also seek out global heroes, establishing communication to unite scattered pockets of resistance. Collaborating with groups like the Inhumans or even extraterrestrial allies could open new avenues for survival. On the flip side, they might clash with factions like the Brotherhood of Mutants. Even in the apocalypse, ideological differences might persist. Some groups might prioritize mutant supremacy or adopt more ruthless approaches to survival, leading to conflicts over resources or territory. Villains may become temporary allies. Characters like Magneto might see the value in cooperation to ensure mutant survival. But trust would be a delicate issue. Could the X-Men rely on former enemies? There's also the risk of betrayal, as some might exploit the chaos for personal gain. These complex relationships add another layer of difficulty, forcing them to navigate not just physical dangers, but also the intricate web of alliances and rivalries. It's a high-stakes game of trust and strategy, critical for their overall survival. So, could the X-Men survive in the Marvel zombie universe? With their unique powers, strong teamwork, and resilience, they certainly have a fighting chance. They've got the skills to protect themselves and others, the resources to sustain a safe haven, and the moral compass to guide them through tough decisions. However, the challenges are immense. Facing powerful zombified mutants, scarce resources, and ethical dilemmas would test them like never before. Their success would depend not just on their abilities, but also on their unity and adaptability. In the end, The X-Men represent hope in a bleak world. Their perseverance and commitment to protecting all life could inspire others and perhaps even lead to finding a cure or rebuilding society. What do you think? Could they pull it off? Or would the Marvel zombie universe be too much even for these extraordinary mutants? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this speculative journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Marvel multiverse, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and stay tuned for our next adventure. Until then, stay safe and keep imagining.